The baby boom was the result of the ending of horrible tragedies such as World War II and the Great Depression. Not only were the 50s the end of depressing times, it was also a time of triumph. Canada was enjoying an economic boom. Because of all this, couples were happy and decided to start families, thus creating the baby boom. The government even had contests such as the Stork Derby, which was giving money to women who had the most kids.
Who is it? Honey!
I'm back from the war, honey! It's over!
Come in, honey.
Honey Bunchkins love sugar bunchkins. It's been a while, and the war is finally over. I'm very happy, and we should celebrate.
Let's make kids.
Between 1946 and 1961, the population increased by 50%. It went from 12 million to 18 million. 4 million Canadian babies were born in the 50s.
Push! You can do it, honey! Do it! You can do it! Honey, you can do it! You can do it! So many! God, keep going! Keep going! Oh wow! There's one over here!
The majority of the families in the baby boom lived in the suburbia, which is a modern-day way of living during the 1950s. Modern living led to new slang. Some of the slang include daddy-o, which is a term of address, a drag, which means a bore, oddball, and cooties.
Kids, it's time for dinner.
1 minute, Mom.
Golly gee, I'm so tired.
You have cooties, get off me!
Hey son, that's
Dad.
wrong. Okay? You heard your brother? He doesn't have cooties. No one has cooties. Okay? Look at me. Look at me. Okay? He's your brother. You have to love him, and he loves you. You love him. Look, he's shaking your hand. Shake his hand right now, please. Right now. Right now.
But Dad, he has cooties!
Right now. You shake his hand. Pick him up. Pick him up. Pick him up. And tell him you are sorry. Never use that word in your life.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Jeff. Listen, you don't have to cry. Son number 5. Son number 5. Don't cry.
Yes, Papa?
Don't cry. Okay, kids. It's dinner time. We have something to talk to you about. And since you two seem to be the only ones that actually aged out of all the babies, I don't know what that's all about. But it's, for you two, it's time to go to school. It's time to learn. You know.
Yes, Dad.
And there's a little bit of a problem with that. You know. We're gonna have to
Get your feet off the table, Jim.
Oh, sorry.
Tell him about the school problem.
Sorry, honey. Basically what happened was your mother and I weren't the only ones that decided to have billions of kids
Really?
when we came back from war, when I came back from the World War. In fact, basically all of the families did, you know? And there's lots of kids right now, and they're all your age, they all need a school. But the government, there's not enough schools for them, right? So they're gonna have to build schools. I think this is gonna help our economy. You know? I just need to discuss to you about this because I thought you were the right age to know.
Alright, thank you, Daddy.
No problem, son.
There were many teenagers in the 1950s. The economy was on the rise, which means lots of disposable income for the teenagers to spend. Since they were spending money, they became part of the consumer market, which means they impacted the economy positively.
Look at all this disposable income we got from mom and dad.
We should go spend day at shops that do with teenagers like us.
Let's go, my friend.
Yeah.
When the babies from the baby boom reached the age to get a job, it created lots of jobs and more competition. This is because they were all looking for jobs. It was good for the economy because there were a lot more people working. Another way the baby boom affected jobs was because the baby boom created lots of more government buildings, such as schools, because they were needed. Obviously, that meant more teachers needed to be hired, therefore giving jobs to more people.
Yeah,
I saw her at the mall the other day, right?
yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, I haven't."
Dad, we're playing a game.
Son,
Dad.
son. You two are 29 years old.
So?
And what have you guys done so far?
I'm the dermatologist.
Oh, that's okay. That's good. What about you? Have you gotten a job?
I can't get a job.
Why not?
There's so many
he's
people
stupid.
my age trying to get a job because of the baby boom that happened not too long ago.
Well, I mean, son, I see what you're saying, but you should look at this in a good way. I mean, obviously they're gonna have to create a lot more jobs for all the people your age that are trying to get a job, right? It's gonna
Yeah.
boost the economy. So
Yeah.
eventually they'll create more jobs. Then you can go find yourself a job. I mean, look at him. He's a neurologist. I mean, he did it. You can do it
Dad,
too.
but he's smart and I am.
I mean,
not.
but they're gonna create a job for stupid people too, aren't they? You know, you're just gonna have to hang in there, buddy.
The babies from the baby boom are now becoming older.
Huh?
They are near retirement age. The government has to think about our pension plans.
Ever since we were kids, we've been affecting the economy.
In conclusion, the baby boom had a huge impact on Canada's economy and still does up to today. The baby boom created more schools, community centers, jobs, sales, and obviously lives. The amount of babies increased sales of baby products, and when those babies became teenagers, they increased the sales of teenage-driven products. As adults, the babies continue to impact Canada by working, and even up to today, the babies are impacting Canada and the pension plan. Canada truly wouldn't be the same without the baby boom.
Let's make
I'm
another
not sitting here. Not after all.
Let's make 9 more babies.
It's still recording!
Then turn it off! Oh, yeah. I think your mother has something to say.
Okay.
Right, Raymond?
Yeah, I think you should tell him this one, Jim.
Okay, because you don't know anything. Okay, well,
Don't say that to mom.
It's okay, I say tons of things to mom.